I'm going to just play this. It appears that, according to my audience that come to my channel, it's wrong for me to say it, but they ain't messing with other people that are saying it. Oh, they'll talk about them, but they don't dare go to their channel and stalk them like they do me. So I'm going to let this guy say it, so, you know. All right, let me see where I want to start at. Here we go.
But you sure in the hell know George Floyd. You sure in the hell know Michael Brown. You know Trayvon Martin. But you don't even know.
This January 6th committee hearing is a damn joke, and it is a waste, a complete waste.
That's not where I wanted to go.
Money. They are wasting.
Know these things. One was 88 years old.
This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Ladies and gentlemen, go through and go shopping. These hats, Fathers Matter, they sold out within 24 hours. We're getting them back in stock. They'll be here later this month. I think around the 20th, we'll get those back in stock. Jesus is Lord, probably the same time. But we should get the Fathers Matter shirts in this week. We're going to try to get them in, and we'll try to get them to you before Father's Day. So keep an eye on it. And also, I got to let you guys know, our system, Notify Me Made Available, had an error on Fathers Matter. So if you already clicked on it, go back and click on Fathers Matter and click Notify Me Made Available.
Before I start, I want to apologize. It's hot. It's almost 90 degrees here in Pittsburgh. I got my fans blowing on me. I had them blowing on me last time. I hope you don't mind. I got rid of my air conditioner. Well, I still have it, but I took it out of the window. Because these windows aren't made for air conditioners. We use indoor air conditioning here, so I got to get me an indoor air conditioner. That's what all of our neighbors agreed to start doing, and now they're charging us for having those in the window air conditioners as well, even though, you know, the air conditioner is receiving more damage than us putting them in these windows and that. And I had some critters running around here for putting my air conditioner in the window last year. I had some critters running around here, and they wasn't mice. They was bigger, okay? They come right through the window. They squeeze right through that crack, and I had all that board and wood and all that stuff, you know, because they don't help you out with kits like everywhere else I've lived in this world. Even when I lived in the ghetto, they helped you out with wood and stuff to make a kit for your air conditioner, but not here. So I'm hot. I got all the energy blowing on me, and you might hear it. I think you heard it in the last video I did, but hopefully this won't be as loud. Okay, here we go.
So when we get these hats back in stock, you can click the notify, and we will hit you up as soon as we get them. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. I wish that celebrity black leaders would, it's weird to me. Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these people who are billionaires, why don't they push and spend all of their time challenging and helping black people in the black community? Because all this pointing the finger at the white man ain't never done. What has that done for you? Nothing. You can tell these young people, hey man, put your pants up. Hey, don't walk around like that. You know, act like you got some sense. If you want people to treat you right, then you gotta act right. If you want people to treat you with respect, you need to respect yourself. If you want the white man to respect you, you need to respect your brother. Why are you killing your brother? Why are you out here dogging out your brother? Why are you dogging your sister? You claim you love black women, and you out here cheating on them and trying to do all kind of stuff to them. No loyalty, leave them single with your kid. Don't go see the kid. Don't talk about white people if you ain't addressing that. And it's not just for black people, because I know people always getting their feelings when I say stuff. You always talking about black people. You always talking about... I'm talking about people in general. I just so happen to be black my whole life, and I so happen to grow up in a black community, so I don't know what white people be doing. I'm just giving my own personal experience from the things that I've seen. We could really change the world. We could really change the inner city communities if black people would say, let's stop focusing on everything else and only focus on black people. Let's stop focusing on who did what and what president. If every black person voted for a black president, we'll have another. We could potentially have another black president. But instead, they vote for Joe Biden, a racist white man. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. We'll talk about that later on. Joyce.
Now, I just want to say two things. He's 100% right. My story is the same as his. You know, I'm black, and all my life I've seen the difference between whites and blacks. And today, you know, at the end of my shift, you know, we was teasing some white folks, you know, that I work with about the nasty side of white people. There's some nasty things that white people do every day that is a little bit too, you know, a little bit too nasty, a little bit too unsanitary, you know, like the way white people are with their pets. They just go all out, okay? And then you got these vegan people out there that think you're going to have a freaking goat, big old goat with a horn sticking out of his head running around your living room, and you know, you going to have a pet cow and ain't nobody milking or cutting no meat. You know, I mean, they just get ridiculous. White folks get ridiculous with stuff. Okay? Also, like he said, he's black. He grew up in the ghetto. And he's seen the difference. And he knows that when I talk about the stuff that I say about black Americans in my videos, I'm saying this because I'm praying for black people. I'm sick and tired of, they hurt me when I see black people get all up in their skin color and not focus on the fact that we got a lot of dirty laundry in the black community. We got a lot of murder and a lot of, you know, what's wrong? Why we gotta be the ones, okay, to be walking around with our pants sagging? Why we gotta be the ones that don't know how to dress anymore? Okay? Why we gotta be the ones to be all up in our race? Like, oh, you know, I wake up every day hoping somebody will call me the N-word so I can lose it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the only time black folks ever stuck up for me is if they were somewhere and somebody mentioned the N-word, and all of a sudden I got like the Bloods and the Crips about ready to back me up. I didn't know they was in the building. God almighty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would like to see, like he said, I would like to see us be a more genuine race. And I'm not talking about you people that watch my videos and you got it all going on and you ain't worried about it, so you want to sit there and call me a racist and call me all these things. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the guys that you're afraid of. I'm talking about the guys that might cause you to run and go get a gun. I'm talking about the guys at work, okay, that hold grudges, okay, and call you all kinds of names because you want to do your job right while he want to be lazy about doing his job. I'm talking about the people that are robbing the government. I'm talking about the women that are getting abortions. I'm talking about the women that are always, you know, locking these black men down by charging them all this child support. And I'm talking about these thugs out here who don't care about nothing until the cops kill a thug. But You know what I'm saying? These kids getting killed in these black communities, ain't nobody marching for them. Ain't nobody marching for these kids on their way to college who's getting shot up because, oh, they got the hot girl, or, oh, because somebody made a threat and he said, hey, man, I don't take threats very well. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you all that now, so you're going to shoot him because he ain't got nothing to live for. That's the people I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you people that basically live like me. Maybe you got a little bit more money than me or less. Okay? And you're living the life that you're supposed to be living. You're working and taking care of your families, and you respect other races, and you ain't all up in your feelings about your race, and you don't wake up every day and think about the fact that your ancestors was once slaves. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that are making us look bad. And if you don't think you look bad, black people, get off my channel. Because we look really bad. We look really bad. This guy at work last night thought that I was just trying to bully him. And I think he was trying to protect he had more black friends than he had white. So he thought I was trying to bully him. He tried to show me his rights. Well, you ain't got no rights up in here, bro. We make the rights up in here. Okay? Then the Indian lady had to come and say, hey, little tiny Indian lady had to come and set him straight. What's the problem? Hey, we can take the booze somewhere else. We don't have to do it here. It's that simple, man. Everywhere you go, there's policies. But then you get these people that are idiots who think that, you know, if they ain't black, then they think black people are these victims that you got to protect. They're these endangered species, you know. And I'm going to tell you something else. Just like the guy that did the subway shooting, he came out first. Whether he wants to call himself black or African or Cuban or whatever he was. They said there was racist things that he said and that on the internet and all like that too. Okay? I'm not really crying about this guy that went into Buffalo and shot them black people at a supermarket. I'm not really crying about that, because you know why? I know as a black man that from the time I was a kid to this minute I'm sitting here, black folks do stuff every day that make everybody want to shoot them. Not just white folks, but black folks too. Not just black and white folks, but Indian, Asian, you name it. Everybody wants to kill black people. And people like me and Brandon and many of you that might be watching, we don't get to be an exception, because the stupidity of it is nobody cares to sort it out. They just look at it all as a skin color thing. And even though, you know, crime in America, in all 50 states, crime and robbing the government and social unrest and mayhem and murder is majority black. It's a fact. And if your statistics are telling you otherwise, it's a lie. Unless we're talking about Seattle, clear on the other side of the country. Now there I say, you know, there's some Italians and some, in that old town, I say there's, well, in that old state, in those towns of that state, I say there's some people over there that are old-fashioned. You know, I've heard about, you know, the recent Seattle. But mainly all over the world. I mean, even outside the country, in other countries, crime then became, you know, in countries where they don't have guns, crime is majority black. Because anytime black people aren't living on top of everybody else, they tend to try to use race as a reason for why they are where they are. But did you finish school to get where you need to be? Did you try to start a business? Did you sit down with somebody and let him train you and take you under his wing? Did you leave the black community? Did you leave? Because that's where your problem lies, in the so-called black community. We're the only race that has their own community. And it ain't got nothing to do with these ghettos. It's all about a bunch of people who all think alike and act alike and do alike and support each other even when we're wrong. That's what the black community is. Okay, the black community ain't Pittsburgh. Okay, or the ghettos surrounding downtown Pittsburgh. It is the people of America, the African Americans or black people of America, that all think alike. They're all in the same political party, and they all think alike, act alike, do alike, dress alike, and they all support crime, and they all support, the fear, so-called fear of the white man, and they all fear that, the white man's going to take them back to slavery, and they all think that, they're being constantly mistreated. That's the black community, and I'm not in that community, and I'm proud to say I'm not in that community. Because I can't have even one white friend and put myself in that community. I can't have one, Indian friend or Asian friend if he's not suffering like I'm suffering. I'm not going to sit there and, I'm going to do better than him. I make more money than him and I live better than him. But yet I'm the victim. I'm in this community. I can't live like that. I'm sorry, I can't live like that. We're either Americans or send my butt back to Africa. If that's where I come from. I don't believe I come from Africa. But, because I think I know somebody over there if I was from Africa. But, if I'm not an American, and if I don't have the same rights as all Americans, please send my butt back home. If it's the white man's fault, if the white man is coming after me because I'm black, I don't get to get treated like the Indians or the Asians or the actual Africans or the Hispanics or the Native Americans or any of these other races floating around here. This war is between us and white people. Nobody else, just us and white people. For some reason, they just after us. And for some reason, I can never be at peace with them other than to say hi and bye at work. Send me back to Africa, or send me to some place, wherever you think I came from. Wherever I can speak the language and be treated like who I am, send me back to Africa. I'd rather live in poverty than to walk outside my door every day and think that I'm the problem of America. Because I'm not. If I felt that way, I wouldn't be here. But I know that we get to get on stage just like everybody else over and over and over again. And they give you triple chances when you're black in this country. There's so much liberation and so much babysitting for black people in this country. I can't expect anybody to take me seriously when I achieve anything. Oh, well, you achieved it because you was black. And I don't want it to be like that. No, I want to achieve it because I did the homework just like everybody else. I want to achieve it because I did what I was supposed to do just like everybody else. If not, send me back. I don't want your freedom. And I don't want to live with people that call this freedom. And I don't want to be here with people who want to be victims where they could be living other places. Now, there's people who left here and there's people who left here and they assume that there really, 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 honestly, truly no ifs, ands, buts about it, that they are truly the most hated people in America, and white people are just after them, and this is the way they really feel. This ain't the way they're trying to make other people feel. This is the way they really feel. You know where they're at? They're in Brazil. Brazil is becoming packed with black folks. Okay, and it's funny how, you know, Germany is getting more black folks, and Japan, even Korea has a lot of wealthy black people in it who felt that they were being downplayed here in America, and they're finding solace in Korea under Kim Jong-un. Okay, but I think they're in South Korea, though. I think most of them are in South Korea. But, you know, your boy Dennis Rodman, he went to North Korea. He went and sat down with Kim Jong-un, come back here crying because black folks was hating on Kim Jong-un. Well, you can't hate on white folks and hate on Kim Jong-un too, white. You know, black folks, you can't do that. Who can we trust? Oh, you know, you hate him because he wanted to get all, you know, buddy with Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un, I think, if that's his name. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, without being nasty. I think it's Kim Jong-un. He got all buddy with him, and black folks as well as a lot of white folks put him down like you wouldn't believe. Okay, I admit I wouldn't. You know, I don't trust your politics. If you come back here from Korea talking about Kim Jong-un and you like the guy and all like that, when the guy's just waiting for a crumb to hit the ground so he can blow something up. He's just looking for a reason. He'll blow you up for sneezing the wrong way. I mean, I don't know, man. Him and Putin, they just want a nuclear war so bad. Kim Jong-un. And then you got black folks over in Germany taking pics with all them white women. I don't understand what's wrong with the white women over here. Okay? But for some reason, they feel that the white women over there are different. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure they are. Okay? Japan? Okay, let me tell you something. Go over there to Japan and start that black crap that you do over here. They already in Japan and Korea kicked black folks out of clubs for using the N-word in their songs and talking about, you know, B-I-T-C-H this and B-I-T-C-H that. They had to turn their whole career around to live in Korea, to live in Japan. And they did it. And I said this in another video. If you did that much, rebuilding your life and putting your life in the right place, here in America, you would get along just as well as those places. Because that's what you don't do. And you come over here to America, you think that you're supposed to act a fool. You think that you're supposed to be nasty and act like a child, and you think it's supposed to be cool, and if don't nobody like it, they're racist. Now, I gotta admit, because of the black folks that ain't trying to, you know, build themselves up with you, the cops is gonna come around and they ain't gonna speak. They're gonna look at you like one wrong move, brother, and it'll be another George Floyd down the tubes. One wrong move, brother. It'll be another George Floyd. Another Michael Brown. One wrong move, man. And I understand how they feel. That doesn't make it right. But I understand where they're coming from, because the inner city police have grudges against black folks. They do. And when I'm out there and I'm downtown Pittsburgh and the police come down, I speak to them. Why? Because I want them to know that it's not as bad as they think, even though it might be. I want them to at least think that it's not as bad as they think. That there are some good black folks out there. I'm one of them. Okay? We ain't trying to shoot nobody. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We ain't trying to play victimization with nobody. We ain't trying to hate on nobody or hate, attack anybody in any kind of way. We just want to be Americans like everybody else. We want to get the good job, and we want to have a good family. We want to be able to mix just like the white man mixes. White men, they date every race here in America. Black men only get about 2 or 3 of them races. It's true. Okay? I tease some of these Asian girls. When they come around me talking to me about my attitude and that, I says, you seem to date outside your race. When was the last time you dated a black man? Oh, well, no, don't stutter. You know you only date white men. If you step outside your race, you only date white men. You know that. That's the only problem I have with America, is the state of my people, but I can't blame it all on the white man. Because when I was living in a town where there were no white people, we had colleges in that town that were majority empty. We had all kinds of colleges and schools and trade schools, the YMCA, everything majority empty. These places go out of business because there ain't enough black people participating. There's all kinds of $1 activities, or $5 a month activities at the YMCA. You can't spare $1 to get your life together, brother? You know what I'm saying? I used to go to the YMCA and work out when I lived in Homewood. Every time I stepped outside my door and tried to go visit my homies, so to speak, somebody wanted to fight. For what? Oh, we just want to know if you can fight. Well, why do I need to fight? Why do I need to fight you? For what? What'd I do to you that I need to fight you? First day of summer school. I went to school up here where I'm living now. I went to high school up here. I graduated from, I'm not going to tell you where I graduated from. I'm giving you too much information where I live. But I graduated at a high school not too far from here. I can be there in 10 minutes. Okay? But I would go to summer school in Pittsburgh. Here in Pittsburgh. I went to Peabody one year. Okay? First day of summer school, dude punched me in the back of my head for no reason. Why you punch me? Your head's too big. Okay. I could swear your head is fatter than mine, but that ain't no reason to hit a brother, okay? I went to Westinghouse. I only had to go there one day. The dude tracked me to, the dude found out that my mother, and I didn't know these dudes. It was high and by. The dude hit me in the chest with a basketball because he didn't want me to be on a team. He didn't think I could play. So I just left. So that night, the following night. Thank God I only had to be there one time. They put me in another school. The guy tracked me to Hermitage Avenue, where my mother was rehearsing for the choir, for the group, the Church of God Singers, they used to call them. Okay? Thank God I had a friend with me, because, and even though my friend was a chicken, okay, it was 2 against 2. This dude brought another dude over there. We're sitting there talking about the Lord. We're sitting there talking about, summer school and the grades and what we plan to do one of these days and what sports we suck at and all this kind of stuff. And these guys just walk up on us, and I says, I know them 2 guys. I know the one on the left. I know him. They walk up on the porch and say, what's up? Hey, we was like, what's up, guys? What's up? I says, I remember you from school yesterday. Yeah, y'all don't think you get it in your head. You can't be in the game. There's too many people. I said, well, I walked away, man. Y'all didn't want me on the team, so I walked away, He said, yeah, I noticed that, man. So what you here for? He's asked me all kinds of questions like he was a cop, I said, my mom's in there singing. And they laughed at me. Oh, your mom's just singing in the church. Okay. I don't know why that's such a funny thing, but, Then the next thing you know, here we go again. And you fight. And I was like, what? And my friend, he was like, why are you asking us that? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like slapping somebody in the jaw, yo. And it's like, and so finally I got tired. It went on for an hour, and I finally got tired. I stood up and walked up on him. I said, look, seriously, man. Just walk away, man. He said, oh, you taking things seriously? I said, look, I'm not going to let you hurt me. I'm not going to let you hurt this brother with me. Okay? You already hit me in the chest with a basketball. Okay? No apology. Okay? I feel like making somebody apologize, bro. Because that's not the way to tell me you don't want me on your team. Okay? So why don't you guys walk away? You took things too personal, man. And he started walking up on me, and his boy started pulling him, Said, don't worry about whether we can fight. Worry about whether you get kicked out of school or not. With that attitude, But I was so glad I only had to be in that one day for some reason. They sent me back across the city to some other places. A guy tried to put me in a chokehold while I'm sitting on the floor in the gym. I guess that's what I get for not participating, okay? He just walked up to me and put me in a chokehold. They all had to beg him to let me go. And I'm thinking, what'd I do? I'm just sitting here. I think he was mad because he thought that I was doing something with the ladies when the ladies sat next to me. I didn't sit there with the ladies. And the ladies didn't want to participate. So, I think he got a little angry, a little jealous or something. But all my life, maybe this ain't your story, but how can you look at the news every day? How can you... And that I mentioned that the kids that I lived in the ghetto with, and we went to family reunions together, we went to school together, and all like that, mugged my uncle and took his chicken. Okay, took his KFC. Okay, I had to go meet my uncle at the hospital, because this guy who, and my uncle, I told you about my eloquent uncle. He didn't even want to snitch on the kid. The kid lived right around the corner. He didn't want to snitch on him. He wanted to, and, you're not helping black folks by babying them. I don't care if he has to go to jail or what he has to do. You're not helping black folks by babying them. Okay? But he attacked my uncle. He mugged my uncle. Took his chicken. If he wasn't worried about the time, which he could have, in that neighborhood, he could have took more time. But cops didn't want to be bothered with that neighborhood anyway. But he was worried about the time. He had to be quick. Thank God he felt that he had to be quick about it, so he didn't take his money. But he took his chicken, because his mama don't fry him enough chicken. And his mom don't never let him go to KFC, so he's going to take it out on other black people. Okay? I'm sick of this stuff. And they're still doing that crap today. I remember when I lived in Mount Oliver not too long ago. A bunch of little kids started harassing me because I went to McDonald's. Oh, burgers and fries, huh? And if I wasn't so hungry, I would have just gave it to them. They were just little middle school age kids. I'd have gave it to them. You know, say, here, you hungry? Then they probably would have beat me up or tried to beat me up because I didn't have enough for all 5 of them, you know. Well, I'm not going to go pay for all 5 of them as hungry as I am, you know. But, you know, they live there. They got parents. You know what I mean? Oh, it's my fault. You know, it'd be one thing if they was on the street homeless or something. But this was in front of their property. They got parents in there sleeping while they hungry. You know? But, and then this is the other thing. All black people's problems are another black person's fault. But yet, you blame the white man for it because that sounds more appropriate. But you're really angry at other black people who succeed better than you. That's what you're really angry at. You're not really angry at the white man because it's more black on black crime than there is black on white crime. Okay? You're angry, especially these young cats. You're angry at other black people who succeed better than you. And that's the truth. Let me finish this. I think he's getting to the part where the caller is on the phone. And this is awesome.
From Houston, Texas, welcome to the Alf Tatum Show.
Thank you. I just want to say you are just a blessing. You know, when Carl was on, I thought he was the replacement. And so it came up that you were going to come on that Monday. I said, well, I guess I'll go back to my 6 o'clock program that I was looking at before. Let me tell you, I haven't turned the dial yet. And this nation needs the wisdom. And you're a young man. And, you know, officer, I go to senior citizen meetings, and they voted for Biden. And they are still into this Biden. They don't see anything wrong. And they'll sit there and they'll talk negative about Trump. And I said, what is wrong with my people? I'm 89 years old. Some of them are older than me. And we're still blaming the white man. And I get so tired of us blaming the white man. White man is not our problem. We are our problem. We kill more of each other than any other group. In my community, there are black seniors that have been broken in and murdered. You don't even know their name. But you sure in the hell know George Floyd. You sure in the hell know Michael Brown. You know Trayvon Martin. But you don't even know these seniors. One was 88 years old. Her next door neighbor beat her to death with a hammer and a toaster. You don't even know her name. And this is where we are in the black community. And it's the black ministers tell us from the pulpit, officer, that we are supposed to vote Democrat. Well, I left the white liberal Democrat plantation many years ago, and I have not missed 1 second of leaving the plantation. And I just don't understand how my people can see where we are. We see in nice communities in Houston, there are ghettos today, and we are still going to the polls voting Democrat.
Joyce, you are a blessing To me, to the audience, and I thank you so much for the call. My God, I feel slightly vindicated because I am a young man. I'm in my early 30s, and to hear a woman in her 80s, I mean, you talk about the generational gap, say the exact same thing that I feel. It feels vindicating. It's like, I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not lost out here. I know that there's more people that have been through a lot, that have been here on earth for a lot longer than me, that can see that we used to not be like this. Our communities used to not act like this. Our young people used to not see themselves the way we see ourselves today. And to see people still voting for Democrats. And I have a little mercy on them, the younger generation, because they're new to it. But like our caller Joyce said, the older generation, the senior generation, if you live this long, you got way more evidence than I do that Democrats ain't never done that for black people. So I want to thank you, Joyce, for calling in. My God, that was one of my favorite calls.
That's right. I want to say one more thing that I meant to say that he said earlier, and she just said it. There is two types of racist white people. There are white people that are just simply racist because they've been taught all their life, and this is the minority. This is the minority white. They've been taught all their life, okay, that black people are dangerous for America. They never forgave us for the civil rights movement. Forget slavery. They never forgave us for the civil rights movement because black folks was throwing their women down steps. I got a god brother that was there. Okay, they was throwing these white women down steps. They didn't care. They're throwing them down flight steps, throwing them off balconies and everything else in that civil rights fight. Okay. If I was a white man, I don't know if I could forgive you for that either. He said it was the worst thing ever. But there are white people who just hate black people. Okay, and it's not just black people, but it's people that are non-white, period. Okay, they'll treat you a certain way. They'll act like you're invisible. They'll address you a certain way if they have to speak to you at all. They'll talk to you like you're, a garbage bag that came to life. Okay, that's what they'll do. Then there are these newer racist white folks who are all about political racism, to where they think that black people are okay no matter what they do, as long as they let white people baby them. At least that's what they want you to think that they're doing, babying them. But if you start getting up on your feet like they do, and you start owning a good home and a good neighborhood, and you get away from the ghetto, and you start living your life, up in the uppity up, then they start to dislike you. Okay? And I've been on my way up there a few times. And I'm telling you, that's when I seen some of the people that I thought were friends of mine. That's when I seen them turn their face at me like they felt that I did something wrong. What did I do? I'm trying to be as wealthy as you, bro. I'm trying to follow in your footsteps. I'm trying to take my family to that level. They saw you trying to climb up there. They looked at you. You better get your black behind back down there. And there are people that are like that. And I don't know if you noticed that, but I agree with you that they're there. And we got to be careful about those people. Okay? Because those are the majority. The other one that I mentioned was the minority. But I'm out of here before I get another reading on my screen, because this new camera takes more time off my laptop than my regular camera. So God bless you, D-Roy Cruz, your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. And signing off. It's my day off, as you can tell. And I'll see how this goes, and I'll do more from there. God bless you.